Alright, so you walk in. It is the middle of the day, so the tavern's not super busy. But the barkeep's there doing typical barkeep stuff. He's got his one little glass with that one spot that just never seems to go away. You have the poorly lit corner, even though it's got a window, for some reason it's dark as can be. So, like, all you see is the silhouette of a man. You do have a couple parties. You got these two over here, which are actually very clearly the town daytime drunks. They are being loud. Just, hey, you remember that time? Yeah, no, I remember. That's when you got the scar on your butt, right? Like, they're just having the most drunk conversation. They're not actually saying anything.
Who I'm gonna eat first.
You're not eating either one of them.
Just one of them. No. They're in the dark corner.
No, this is the dark corner.
Well, fuck that guy. Those two are
That's
loud.
completely well lit. But they're having their drunken conversation. If you listen in on it, it clearly doesn't make any sense, and they're not saying anything worth value. It's just like really fun to listen to. And then you have these guys over here. Now these guys seem pretty well put together. They're actually wearing matching uniforms, seemingly something kind of law enforcement-y. Maybe
love well-dressed food.
Just order food from...
Alright, I moved two of the stools together and that's it. Barkeep! Wait. Fuck, that costs money. Give me your cheapest animal food. If that didn't make any sense, I want an animal to eat.
If you say so. He goes off into the back. He'll be there for a few minutes. To go ahead and finish off our little crew here, though, is we got two people here who are quite clearly military personnel. However, they're not wearing any armor. So these two are completely undressed, no weapons, no armor, but they have uniform haircuts, they have perfectly shaped faces, and they hold themselves rather authoritatively, if that's a word, because it is a word. It's a word now. And then you see off into the back, or nope, you don't see it. Never mind.
This is a wall, right?
Yeah, this is all wall.
I mean, that's obviously a door right here.
No, that's clearly a window.
You crawled through a window? You must be short.
Alright, so you've ordered
He's
food.
a dwarf.
He's a Happy Meal.
Oh my god.
Actually, you know what? Just because it's another cliche, he's a dwarf.
He's a
So he's
fucking
shorter
Happy
than
Meal.
me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
There's
In fact,
so
when
much
he
food.
sat there, so he was sitting there cleaning the mug, and you said,
Oh, he had to
ordered
hop
yours.
down?
He's like, if you say so. And he just
disappears.
and jumps off a little stool and goes off into the back to make the food. What are you two doing?
I'd like to roll a perception to see if I could recognize this army.
If they're...
Okay. Roll it.
Oh my. I'm just gonna stand over here by Chuck.
I'm trying to think of a nickname for you.
I'm just gonna sit right here.
So, it's standard military style haircuts. You can clearly see that they, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just like I already said. They're from a military. You see the back of one of their heads. And you're not Michael, so you don't recognize them based off of that.
Fourth wall break.
Meta.
Fourth wall break. Brain.
And then the other one is just like perfectly in behind him, so you can't even see his face.
I'm looking for more of a... Could they possibly be anyone from Heliod's army?
With how massive it is, you don't know. They're completely undressed of armor.
I'm surprised you didn't try to roll for the person in the dark corner.
I'm not joining other edgelords.
I mean, a perception
Well, you know what,
check
hold on.
Trying to
How
see
far
the person.
is he in shouting distance?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hey, you in the dark corner. What brings you by to this tavern?
I can hardly see how that's any of your business.
Oh, so you're an old man. Well, what? What brings you of this age?
Oh my god.
I'm just...
Funny how the senses can fool a person so stubborn and idiotic?
I'm just gonna sit.
Sit all by
Clever.
your lonesome.
So why are you all by your lonesome?
When you're as talented as I am, you're never by yourself.
Alright, fuck this shit. Alright, I walk the fuck over this bitch. Alright. Can I
Oh,
visibly...
God.
Let me roll a fucking perception. I want to know what the fuck this bitch looks like.
Okay.
This is disturbing me greatly. 14.
He's a psychotic, middle-aged man.
We fit in well together. You want to have a drink?
He wants to drink with us.
Yes.
Oh my.
Wait! Do it!
You know what? On second thought, I will be sitting back at the bar. That's a little too much crazy, if you know what I mean. You're talking to yourself. Shut up.
Chuck smash.
Last time, stop talking to strangers.
Alright. So, the barkeep comes back out with a bowl full of, like, it's a stew, pretty much. And he does this weird little thing, like, he puts up one stool that's slightly smaller than the first one, puts the food on there, and then just kind of... Hey, hold on. Yeah, don't offer to help there, big guy. Don't worry, I got this. No, get off me. He kicks, he kicks you in the nose.
No. I'm like, yeah, okay, that hurts. I pick him up and I help him under his stool.
He kicks you in the nose, regardless.
Fuck.
You don't take any damage from it, but you just got a dwarf boot to the face.
The fuck, short man.
Don't eat him.
Damn it. You're lucky the mouse says no.
I am not a mouse.
What species are you?
It's none of your concern.
The mouse said I could not eat you.
She looks human.
Oh shit.
Well, and
I thought
even
you were
then, it doesn't.
animalistic.
Even then, it's more like
Different
it
ones.
looks human. You have no way of knowing.
Your nickname is now Little Mouse.
But the dwarf then bends over, picks up the gruel that's in the bowl, and just eat your dirty slop. Then he's beyond pissed that you just demeaned him like that.
I tried to help you.
But
You look like you needed some help. What's going on? You want some gruel? It's delicious.
Apologize.
Actually,
to the barkeep.
you need to roll a. You don't know. A little bit of time pass first. It has to get into your system.
I need you to
Oh.
apologize to the barkeep.
For what? I assisted him.
In dwarven nature, to lift a dwarf is beyond disrespectful.
I am sorry. Would you like me to put you back on the ground?
Just eat your dirty food.
I am.
It'll be 1 silver. Yeah.
I'm sorry for that, Master Dwarf.
And what has you in this part? He picks up that same mug he was cleaning before.
No! You have cleaned
I'm
that.
seeking men of Heliod's army. Would you have, perchance served them? Anytime recently?
You're new to this part, ain't you?
Just a little.
So, couple things to learn you on. One, someone coming from another man's army doesn't matter to us here. I served members of all armies, all militias, all walks of life. And not a single one matters enough to remember a face. Now, granted, some things could change my mind. Or even help me in memory. But
I throw him. 1 gold coin is like a lot, right?
it's worth 10 silver.
I throw him 2 and I say, throw in some ale for all of us.
So he takes that cup that he's been cleaning so vigorously, pours an ale and puts it in front of you. And he also gets a couple really clean glasses, like actually clean glasses. And gives you 2 ale as well.
Would 5 gold pieces jog the memory of this fine
and some more ale.
Here?
You know, I think 5 gold. Oh, it might bring something. I don't know what yet. I don't know what it'll bring.
Ah, fuck it. Here's 7. Give me another thing of ale.
So, I gotta ask. So the gold that you're throwing at him, is it just for ale or is it a payoff and ale?
Pay off an ale.
Okay. So
I would assume ale's not that expensive, so
it really isn't.
So 2 of the gold coins I threw out of the 7, that's just to keep the ale fucking coming. The
Yeah,
rest is for payoff.
You're pretty much set for a while. Although you downed 1, so you get your second one out of a. Yeah. So.
Wait, I fall. Another.
Oh my god. It might not be a good idea to break the glasses.
Shit.
Well,
I got excited.
you got a couple of different options there, lad. That glass took an entire day of work for me to make. My days ain't cheap.
5 more.
He gives you a new glass.
We're gonna run out of money in this place.
He gives you a new glass. Again, you all 3 have ale. And he turns to you and says, "Is this dummy always this dumb?"
Yes.
I've known him for all of
A couple of hours, maybe?
hours, and I already want to slay him.
By the way, I'm on my 5th.
He is as intolerable as you believe.
You know what? Hold that thought. You're still on your 5th, but there is a conversation going. You're not drinking that fast.
Fuck. Are you sure? I'm 6'5".
You're on your 5th, and something comes with it.
Damn it.
But he turns to you and says, "You know, I think there was a member or 2, maybe 3 of a certain White Knight army. There may be a few more laying around here somewhere, but I know about 2 or 3 of them asked for a room upstairs. That's about all I can remember at this point. You,
Great.
what is your Constitution score?"
Constitution 14 plus 2.
So 2. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on, that wasn't even a roll. That
No.
slid the fuck off my head. Come on! That was a bullshit. I literally let go of it.
Michael, it's gotta be authentic.
No. I don't
You
want-
rolled a nat 1.
It wasn't even a roll. It literally just dropped out of my hand.
You rolled a nat 1.
So the way that this works is typically now because I get to roll percentile. Now the way percentile works, the higher the number, the worse it gets.
Oh no.
You were poisoned for being disrespectful to the master dwarf.
You want to confirm just what that is? Let our friendly toxic gamers know.
Oh my god. 80. Is that a 9 or a 6?
6.
86%. That's
Fuck.
potent.
So
That's pretty potent.
you throw down your 5th beer, and all of a sudden it's hitting you that 1, you ate animal gruel when your diet's primarily consisted of humans and or
Wait, so this is plant?
no, this is just animals, but you've gone more cannibalistic.
Than normal food.
Yeah, so it's a matter of it's a drastic change in your diet. Especially considering this is you wanted the cheapest. which means you got all of the undesirable meats.
You should just let me just eat the motherfucker in the corner. He was crazy anyways.
Don't.
He's gone.
He's gone. He's gone. Fuck.
Besides, we don't need it in trouble.
Food.
But anyways, so this is all the most undesirable cuts of
Basically,
I
food.
didn't
like
know
what's
that's
in
what
hot
it meant
dogs.
when I think of like.
Basically, like the shit they put in hot dogs.
Yeah.
When I was thinking of low cut food, I was thinking of McDonald's. I
Yeah.
wasn't thinking of girl.
But then on top of it, you just threw down 5 ales,
Oh, he's getting the shits.
and you didn't. He wishes it was only the shits. So, but you're taking back for a minute. You just finished your 5th drink. It's like, huh. The room starts spinning. Your vision gets a little narrow, and it all starts just coming together until finally you have this urge, and you just push yourself out from the bar. Just and you go hard. You're covering your whole front of you, the whole front of the bar. The floor is getting a little bit of a puddle, and all the while, I mean, it smells rancid. So now not only is the food having caused you trouble along with the ale, but now you're dealing with the smell of it coming back up. It's just making it worse. You're vomiting more and more viciously. All the while, no, you're having a conversation because it isn't no because he starts talking, because this is when he's starting to tell you. He's like, yeah, a few of them might be in the rooms upstairs, but right now that's all I can seem to remember.
Well,
and just so you know, because your friend might be needing a room here soon, it costs about 10 gold a night.
And a shower.
You get the gold on the counter, and you utter out the word "and" before, and you just pass out from the
Oh, really?
enormous amounts of vomit.
So now we have to carry him upstairs.
not me. You're not gonna carry a 6'5", 6'7"
I
sailor?
could drag him up the stairs.
With what?
With what? You have by the size
His
of my
legs
leg.
are almost the size of you.
I am
So
much stronger than I look, asshole.
at that
Just
time,
drag him up by his feet. Just give him a concussion. And let his head bounce against the stairs a few times.
Maybe he'll get a higher intellect.
so, but with that being said, literally what ends up happening, because you're sitting there having an argument now over who's going to be taking this thing, who, and you know what, just for the sense of flavor, since we're primarily guys anyways, and you seem to be married to a guy, seemingly a guy, dick. No. No, the nightly routine starts to already take over. Chuck. Are you not aware?
No, I'm lost on what the fuck
So,
you're saying.
so not to get too graphic about it, and a little fun fact for our viewers: when the male body is actually in REM sleep, it'll run a checks and balances kind of process throughout the night to make sure everything continues to function correctly.
Are you saying I'm pitching a tent? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Oh god.
No!
And in the
Dude,
meantime,
that thing is gonna be
in the
massive.
meantime, you two are arguing over who's going to be taking him up there, when some little like wood tendrils kind of seep down and kind of grasp him and drag him up.
What? Hold the fuck up. And what is touching me during this?
Do we even notice this happening?
Tell you what, roll me a perception because you two were arguing.
Oh god.
8.
I'm stronger than I look.
You don't recognize it. It doesn't require
You
much
don't
to
even
really pick up on
see
this,
me
but yeah,
leaving,
these
you
really
dick.
thin little
Again,
wooden
when it comes
tendrils.
to perception checks, I continuously roll low.
But But
let it be for some stupid shit. No, I'm about to roll an 18.
Nordava comes out, or comes into the bar, and chucks 20 gold at the bartender and says, "This one's on me tonight, give them back their gold." And the bartender's like, "Yeah, sure thing, Nordava, I'll give it right back to them."
You little ass fuck.
You didn't spend any gold, so it's up to you whether or not to raise this thing. But
I'm going to bring it to his attention because it's the lawful thing to do.
Chuck ain't gonna know this.
Barkeep,
And he did throw up everything.
I will let you keep half of that gold.
Because he did
I don't like that she's getting
to
closer.
mend for the mess, but I will ask for at least half of that back, please.
My bar continues to wash glass.
he tosses you 1 gold coin. That's the only deal I'll make. And he goes into the back to get his cleaning supplies.
You know what, Chuck? Good luck, Chuck.
You fuck.
I'm not fighting for this.
So, you guys have an option of just continuing to putz around, or you can go upstairs and follow Nordava, or
I'm gonna follow.
If you want to do something different.
I don't like that she's near me now.
She's up. She's there. You are all
She's
the way
close
I'm
to
gonna
fucking
follow
up.
Nordava.
She
See
essentially
what
just
she
went
is up to.
upstairs. So you're following?
I'll go upstairs and check on Chuck, I guess.
I mean, you could have gone to the office of that one guy that wanted to
could.
So-
catch up.
By the time you guys make it upstairs, she's essentially at the door. That, actually, that's perfect.
She gonna like curse me or some shit?
That's, what more do you have to lose?
This is
You
true.
already cursed once.
Give me a third nipple. Do it.
I've been blessed with 3 breasts.
Dude, Chuck needs titties.
No, we do not need that fan, or if it ever becomes a thing, it does not
Dude,
need
can
to
you
happen.
see him? His little top is big walking than some big double D's.
And you
only
mean triple
thing-
D's?
No,
The only
just
thing
in
covering them
double
is the
D's.
But just in
suspenders.
suspenders,
Yes.
there's no coverage. It's just
Yeah,
the
no.
nipples.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I said.
suspenders just go.
How would I run and they not fall out?
And you would, but you would still keep that like
It's your
that
only
single-
enchantment skill.
You would still keep that single tuft of fur.
Oh, it
and
would
it
be hot.
right there at the cleavage.
Oh, it'd be hot.
Oh,
That's so gross.
throw up.
So
I
anyway,
think I'm gonna have to pay the barkeep the rest of the coin he gave back.
Dude, I'm gonna draw this shit.
so anyways, you guys get to the top of the stairs. Nordava's at the end of the hallway. She says, "Oh, it took you long enough to follow. Your friend's in this room. The showers are downstairs. There's a stall that he can use when he wakes up. But be mindful. If his behavior continues this way, he will not be welcomed here."
I only threw up because he gave me bad gruel.
You were disrespectful.
I carried a midget to his stool. What?
No, more or less it comes down to the fact that because you're being a glutton, the point of this city is to be reserved. No
So
one-
because I want to indulge my normals,
Yeah, that's entirely it. Because it's the middle of the day.
I'm just getting started. I still got all night.
I've paid for I've paid for a room for 2 nights, or 2 rooms for 1 night. Choice is yours.
We'll sleep in shifts.
And then the wood kind of encroaches on her and sucks her in, and she's gone.
The fuck is she? Some kind of like weird ass wood guru? The fuck is she doing to this wood?
Apparently, not pitching tents.
That's why she was sitting at the door.
She's
She's
like,
like,
"I'm gonna check on him."
oh no, what are you doing?
Don't check. on
Don't check on
Just to
me.
make sure he's still alive.
Yeah, there's something alive. Don't check on me.
He'll be
Oh Christ!
He's gonna interconnect himself.
So, you walk in, and sure enough, he's alive. He's still breathing. Smells like trash and death warmed over.
Oh, gross. I know what that smells like.
Nordava did do the courtesy of he's on his stomach with his face hanging off the bed just in case. But given you learned something new about your new companion, because of, we'll say, gifted he is, like he's still pitching a tent, but now his body's the tent instead of his clothes.
I'm just gonna slowly back out of the room
No!
and shut the door.
My ass is in
So
the air.
as she goes to back out of the room, you're a little bit closer.
Go
wanted to
fuck
make sure
yourself.
but you see her back out with this look of like, oh dear God, what did I just see? Oh dear God, what did I just see? Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
It was bound to be one of us.
You know what? For the sake of just pushing something along, I'm gonna say you're a little bit closer than that. And I want you to roll me perception.
Both of us?
Sure.
Okay.
See my dick.
14. 12.
Okay.
What was it?
17.
17.
17.
Please be so good.
Which is good because I just want him to hear it.
Oh no.
You hear it too, but it was important that he hears it because it's gonna push his character. You hear two men arguing, and they're throwing out a bunch of military jargon, talking about the flanks and formation and how things were working, until and it seems rather dull and boring, just basic war planning, until you hear then one of them say, we need to figure out, or Heliod is asking for a new experiment since the Wyvern Riders turned out to be failures.
Can I roll something to
And
wake
then-
the fuck up?
Dude, you just threw up like 50 quarts of stomach acid.
You're done.
You're out for the night.
want a shower.
We're
And to restart!
we're gonna come to a certain like kind of breaking point, and then you wake up, and I'll let you know when that is. It hopefully won't be much longer, but essentially you hear one of them say the Wyvern Riders turned out to be a failure, and at which point another one or the other one yells at him saying, "Well, that was your fucking idea. You know, why would you send them off on a mission like that, knowing that they weren't yet equipped for that mission?"
Holy fuck. No, he has to do that. His character has to. Or not.
I mean, it doesn't make a difference. These two are arguing. They're not going to hear him click his tongue like that.
Wake me up and I can eat them.
For once, Drakfelmar is now thinking like, fuck, that satyr's useful.
Let me eat them! I'll only kill one so the other can talk.
I want to do a sneak.
Okay.
So
You.
I can.
Massive.
I want
In
to.
armor.
I want to sneak so I can identify where
so-
the voices are coming from and who they are.
Better roll that.
No, with your perception, you know that it's coming from this room. So, you're not going to know the voices. They were way too high up there. I'll give you a bit of the meta information. They were way too high up there for you to know who they are. However, as far as you can roll a stealth, which is going to be based off your dexterity modifier. And then, did you take any ranks in that?
In stealth?
Yeah.
No.
No, you didn't. Yeah. So it would be your d20 plus your modifier only. Yeah. Do that first.
4.
So 7 total. So you're completely taken aback by what you just heard, and you start stumbling forward, clunking and hitting every wall.
I knew it! Fuck
Try-
you and your
because
stealth!
Because you think about it, it makes sense though. He is now being driven over the edge. He's hearing something that is, from my standpoint, from what I'm doing, clearly targets him for a reason. But it's targeting his character. It's something directly related to him. But he starts stumbling and like hitting every wall. His shoulders are smashing into doors. He's making a ruckus.
On a blind fit of rage, I'm about
Pretty
to
much.
draw my weapon.
And you pretty much just slunk right into the door. So I'll paint you this picture and you do with it what you want. You're standing there, you just essentially got to the door, your forearm is on the frame, your hand is right there next to the doorknob. You've already made several bits of noise. I can't do that. So, what are you doing? And are you doing anything during this time either?
No, I'm not doing anything but watching. Watching this, whatever this is. Just staying out of his way.
I snore loudly. And make slight moaning noises.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna continue to fuck with your character like that. I was gonna say roll me a constitution to see if you can control your bowels, but
You ass. You
I mean, he already has to shower.
You literally made me throw
That's why
gallons.
that's why I decided not to. Technically, I am within my ability to do so because you had bad gruel and alcohol, but I'm a forego it for this time.
Okay. Can I wake up?
You know what? Not yet.
I was gonna do
I'm
something.
gonna break the door down.
Oh, no, not yet.
Roll me a strength check.
No, fail so I can wake up and help.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
What did you get?
I got a nat 20! See, the constitution checks, fucking perceptions, low. Strength,
Well, your
So-
stealth was low too.
Falcon punch!
So you're standing there. You know what? This is your nat 20. What did you do to this door?
I completely decimated the door, and I want shards to fly
Into their necks.
into these gentlemen inside the door, inside this room.
You can't.
That pins one of them.
You don't have that kind of control over it. You get to tell me what you did to the door. As far as the shrapnel and debris,
Fair.
that's outside of your reach.
Dude,
I completely.
break it in
How
half.
did you?
kicked
How
it.
did you hit it? Okay.
I kicked it as hard as I could.
So you kicked it.
At a leftward angle.
Why does the left foot ankle matter?
Because I had to walk
Because-
around her, so.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad you gave that response because I was like, that sounds kind of meta, but it doesn't matter because since you made all this noise coming in, and granted,
How big is
yes,
this
one of
fucking
them's,
room?
huh?
It's a
So
bigger room.
Oh,
It's a-
I see
it's a-
now. This
this
whole
is-
time
this
I
is
thought
a
they were
suite.
in the corner, and the corner was like a 4x4. Okay.
no, this is a suite. That's like 50 gold.
Bitch.
But this is where it gets fun because Michael,
You can wake
You-
up.
you are having a really nice dream. Are you supposed to be on the counter? Is he supposed to be on the
No.
counter? I just realized that was on video too.
Cut that.
Yeah, my bad. So, anyways, you were having.
I looked over. Are you supposed to be on the counter?
I was like, what?
I'm like, that's a weird thing to be asking Michael.
So it just cut all of us off.
I pinned myself onto a counter apparently.
So,
Alright,
but
cut it here, Michael.
Woo!
Alright. So this is what we're gonna do last, and this is a good leaving point. I'm actually happy with where this went because I made all this last part up. You were having a fantastic dream. You made yourself a human, well, not a human, but a satyr tent. When all of a sudden you hear, you were having this dream of like the perfect orgy, all these satyr people around you. Like you were having the time of your life. You had human limbs in this hand, just no, oh yeah, just enjoying yourself. And then you hear something crash into your dream that woke you up. And it turns out it's something IRL, man. You jump out of bed, you swing your door open, and you see Sabishi standing right there watching an enraged Drakfalmar, who just apparently smashed in the door to a suite near you. Now what you two see, what you see is actually a door go flying inward towards the inwards of the suite, and surprisingly enough, it seems to be a rather small suite, which is weird because like the door went and then stopped. That's all you saw. What you get to see, to give you a slight hard on, is that you kicked it at just the right angle, that the shrapnel and everything goes flying. The door didn't hit a wall. It hit a person. Because right in front of you is the other person who actually has a dagger already drawn, because he heard you coming down the hallway. And so when we come back to the table, will be combat. So with that being the case, come back next time when we find out just how well we deal in combat in what's supposed to be a peaceful town.
Oh, excuse me.
But hey, like we said before, we're trying out some new settings, we're trying out some new camera angles and whatnot to see if it works for us. Let us know what you think and what helps you out as our viewers. It's very important. We want to know what kind of viewing experience you want. So until next time, hit the bell icon, like, subscribe, and stay toxic.